The Forge and the Frost Heart. Chapter 1. An icy turn of events. In the kingdom of Aeltheron, nestled between misty mountains and endless meadows, a castle stood proud and bustling, until the day it didn't. An icy grip froze everything. The guards at their posts, the cooks in mid-stir, and even the king on his throne with his royal decree halfway to being signed. It was as though time itself had frozen. Well, not time, just people, the culprit, a cackling snowman. Yes, you read that right. Who had burst into the castle one fateful morning, waving a frosty staff. Legend says his name was Chillwinter, though no one in the castle lived long enough to confirm this. With an icy blast, he sealed his reputation as Aeltheron's least favourite winter guest. But not everyone was frozen. Enter Brax Ironstone, the castle blacksmith, saved not by heroism or magic, but by sheer luck and, well, the roaring heat of his forge. While the rest of the castle stiffened into icicles, Brax was hammering away at an iron gate, sweltering in his fire-lit workshop. When he emerged to find his beloved dog Chip, a shaggy mutt who doubled as his unpaid assistant, solid as a statue, Brax knew something was amiss. And he didn't have to wait long to find the trail of frosty footprints leading to the throne room. Right then, Brax muttered, pulling his hammer from his belt. I suppose this is my problem now. Oh, how wrong he was. Chapter 2. The Syrup Wizard. Brax wasn't one for magic or the folks who practiced it, but desperate times call for questionable decisions. His first stop was the outhouse behind the castle, where the castle mage, Tibbledunk the Unpredictable, had taken up residence after being dismissed for, among other offences, filling the royal banquet hall with floating chickens during King Alden's anniversary feast. "Tibbledunk!" Brax hollered, banging on the wooden door. "I need your help!" No answer. He pushed the door open to find a scene so absurd it would have frozen him on the spot if Chillwinter's spell hadn't already stolen that opportunity. Tibbledunk sat in a makeshift hot tub, filled not with water but with warm syrup. Maple syrup, to be precise. "I read it was good for the nerves," the mage said defensively, stirring the sticky pool with a wand that looked more like a twig. "Right." Brax pinched the bridge of his nose. "The kingdom's frozen, Tibbledunk. I'm going after the snowman who did it." Tibbledunk raised a skeptical eyebrow. "Sounds cold. Why not just wait for spring?" "It's magic ice," Brax growled. "Spring won't do squat. Now, are you coming, or are you staying here to sweeten your mood?" The mage hesitated. "Fine, but only because I'm out of syrup." Chapter 3. The Shiny Squirrel. The Frostwood lived up to its name. Frosted branches arched overhead, glittering with icicles that dripped like the clock was melting rather than ticking. The air smelled faintly metallic, as though even the oxygen had been frozen solid. Each step crunched with an oddly satisfying snap, as if the forest wanted to make sure you knew it disapproved of your intrusion. "Are we even sure this Chillwinter is still here?" Tibbledunk whined, tripping over a root and flinging himself theatrically into a snowdrift. "Because I didn't sign up for frostbite." "Was that in the fine print for your magical dismissal?" Brax said, hoisting him back to his feet. The mage wiped snow from his beard and glared. "No, but I did lose my pension." Before Brax could respond, there came a scurrying sound like the patter of tiny claws on ice. From the underbrush darted a creature so fast, Brax only caught a flash of coppery fur and something metallic glinting in its paws. "Oi, stop!" Brax bellowed, slamming his hammer to the ground like a gavel. The sound reverberated through the silent woods. A voice, high-pitched and indignant, echoed back. "Who dares trespass in Sprig's forest? Speak quickly, or prepare to meet your doom." Sprig stepped into the clearing, her head held high and her tail sweeping dramatically behind her. She was no ordinary squirrel. Her fur shimmered as though dusted with frost, and she wore a tiny crown. Well, perhaps crown was too generous. It looked suspiciously like the band of a broken tea strainer. In her paws, she clutched a gilded goblet bearing the king's crest. "Did that squirrel just talk?" Tibbledunk whispered, his eyes wide. "Looks like it," Brax said, crouching low. "Now listen, squirrel." "Queen Sprig," she corrected, "keeper of shiny things, protector of the frostwood, and ruler of all I survey." "Right," Brax muttered. "Queen Sprig, we're looking for the snowman who froze the castle. You seen him?" Sprig tilted her head, her beady eyes narrowing as she examined the two strangers. "Perhaps, but information is costly. What's in it for me?" Tibbledunk, who had clearly lost his patience, flapped a hand at her. "How about your life? We've got a blacksmith with a hammer and a wizard who's been out of work long enough to be dangerous." "Oh, do go on," Brax deadpanned. "You're a real diplomat." Sprig ignored the mage and focused on Brax. Her tiny nose twitched as she pointed to the tool pouch at his hip. "The shiny hammer. Give it to me, and I'll tell you what you want to know." Brax tightened his grip on the hammer. "No chance." Sprig turned to leave, her tail flicking in disdain. "Then enjoy your journey to nowhere." "Wait," Brax groaned, pulling out the hammer. "Fine, take it, but if you're lying..." Sprig inspected the hammer as though appraising a jewel. With a satisfied chirp, she tucked it into her burrow, which of course was hidden behind an ornate wall of ice-coated pine cones, and turned back to them. "The snowman you seek has gone north to the caves of permafrost, but beware, the road is fraught with peril and few who tread it return." "Wonderful," Tibbledunk muttered, pulling his robe tighter. "Just what I needed, peril. It's been a whole day since I encountered any of that." Chapter 4. The Caves of Permafrost. The road north was as miserable as promised. Snowflakes swirled in thick, blinding patterns, stinging their faces and freezing their eyelashes. The wind howled like an angry banshee, carrying the scent of ice and pine. Every step was a battle against the cold that seeped into their boots and chilled them to the bone. "I can't feel my feet," Tibbledunk grumbled, tripping for the 5th time. "And I'm not entirely sure they're still attached." "I can't feel my ears," Brax replied, tugging his fur-lined hood tighter. "Oh, don't be dramatic," Sprig chirped from her perch on Brax's shoulder. She had decided, unilaterally, that their journey was her business now. "I've survived colder winters with nothing but my wits and a stolen scarf." "Not helping," Brax growled, but secretly he admired the little creature's resilience. When they finally reached the caves of permafrost, the entrance loomed like the gaping mouth of some icy beast. Frost-covered stalactites hung from the ceiling, glistening like rows of jagged teeth. The air was colder inside than it had been outside, heavy with the smell of damp stone and something faintly sweet, like frozen honey. A chilling laugh echoed through the cavern, sending shivers down their spines. "Who dares enter Chillwinter's domain?" The snowman stepped from the shadows, taller and more imposing than Brax had imagined. His body was made of tightly packed snow, but his eyes glowed with an unnatural blue light. His staff, a jagged icicle that pulsed with magic, crackled as he pointed it at the intruders. "You've come to thaw the kingdom," Chillwinter sneered. "How quaint. Do you think mere mortals can defeat me?" "No," Tibbledunk said, "but maybe a very determined squirrel can." Before Chillwinter could react, Sprig launched herself at his face, claws extended. She scrambled up his snowy arm and latched onto the glowing staff. "Give me the shiny stick," she demanded, tugging with all her might. "Get off me, you furry menace!" Chillwinter roared, spinning wildly in circles. "Now's our chance," Brax shouted, charging forward with his backup hammer. Chapter 5. A Heart of Ice. As Brax charged, the icy air seemed to thicken, slowing him as if the cold itself was resisting. Chillwinter swung his staff, sending a freezing shockwave that spread like ripples in a frozen pond. The blacksmith ducked, his hammer smashing into the ice beneath his feet, splintering it in jagged shards that skittered across the cavern floor. "Sprig!" Brax yelled. Whatever you're doing, do it faster." "I'm trying," the squirrel screeched, clinging to the staff as Chillwinter flailed. "But it's very attached, like your blacksmith ego to this hammer business." Tibbledunk, meanwhile, was fumbling through his spellbook with all the urgency of someone who'd misplaced their car keys in a dragon's den. "Let's see. Freeze spell. Ah, no, that's fry spell. Definitely not the one. Wait, what's this one?" Chillwinter let out a roar that shook icicles from the ceiling. "Enough of this nonsense." With a flick of his staff, a swirling blizzard engulfed the cavern, spinning with a fury that threatened to bury them alive. "Got it!" Tibbledunk finally cried. He raised his hands, and a bolt of golden light shot toward Chillwinter. The blizzard stuttered, faltering like a skipping record before vanishing altogether. Chillwinter stumbled, his glowing eyes dimming slightly. "What have you done?" Chillwinter bellowed, clutching at his chest. That wasn't the right spell," Tibbledunk admitted, glancing nervously at his smoking fingertips. "But it's working, so let's roll with it." Brax took the opportunity to grab Chillwinter's staff and wrench it free, with Sprig still clinging to the top like a flag. The snowman collapsed to his knees, his icy form trembling. "Wait," Chillwinter said, his voice suddenly softer. Don't destroy it." Brax hesitated, the staff's icy coldness biting into his palms. "Why shouldn't I?" "Because if you do—" Chillwinter paused, his glowing eyes flickering. "They'll never return. None of them." Brax froze. "What do you mean?" Chillwinter's head drooped. "The people you seek to thaw, they're not just frozen. They're bound by the magic of the staff. Destroy it, and their lives will be lost." The revelation hit like a thunderclap. Brax looked at Tibbledunk, who was now flipping through his book with renewed panic. Sprig, ever practical, climbed onto Brax's shoulder and whispered, "I don't trust him. Let's break the stick and see what happens." "Great idea," Tibbledunk muttered, "if your idea of fun is a kingdom full of statues." Chapter 6. Beneath the Ice. "Talk, Snowman," Brax said, his voice hard. "Why did you freeze the kingdom?" Chillwinter hesitated, his frosty exterior seeming to crack ever so slightly. "It wasn't supposed to be like this. I only wanted to stop them from destroying the forest. The king's soldiers were cutting down trees for their war machines, poisoning the rivers with their forges. This was my last resort." "Oh, great," Tibbledunk said, throwing his hands up. "We're not just fighting a villain, we're fighting an environmental activist." "I am no mere activist," Chillwinter growled, his voice regaining some of its icy edge. "I am the guardian of this land, sworn to protect it from harm. But the spell, it grew beyond my control. Now I can't undo it alone." Brax exchanged a glance with Tibbledunk, who shrugged. "Looks like we've got ourselves a project." Sprig, who had been inspecting the glowing runes etched into the staff, tapped Brax on the head. "This thing's got a lot of magical gobbledygook on it. Maybe we can tweak it?" "Tweak it?" Brax repeated. "Yes, tweak it," Sprig said, as though it were the most obvious solution in the world. "You're a blacksmith. You tweak metal all the time, right?" "Magic isn't metal," Brax snapped. "But it is malleable," Tibbledunk interjected. "If we combine our skills, we might be able to reforge the spell." Chillwinter nodded weakly. "The staff's magic can be reshaped, but only if we reach the heart of the Frostwood. There, the ley lines converge, and the magic will be strongest." Chapter 7. The Heart of the Frostwood. The Heart of the Frostwood was a place straight out of legend, a crystalline grove where every branch shimmered like glass, and the ground pulsed with an otherworldly glow. The air was alive with magic, buzzing faintly like a swarm of invisible bees. "Wow," Tibbledunk breathed, his usual sarcasm replaced by awe. "It's like stepping into a snow globe made by an overachieving wizard." Even Sprig seemed humbled, her tiny claws clutching Brax's collar as she gazed at the shimmering trees. "This is where magic comes to life," she whispered. Chillwinter led them to the grove's center. where a pedestal of pure ice rose from the ground, its surface swirling with ancient runes. "Place the staff here," he instructed, his voice solemn. "And be prepared, the magic will test your resolve." "Oh, wonderful," Tibbledunk muttered. "More tests. Can't wait." Brax stepped forward, the staff heavy in his hands. He placed it on the pedestal, and the air around them crackled as the runes began to glow. The ice beneath their feet shifted, forming intricate patterns that pulsed with light. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a deep, resonant voice echoed through the grove. "Who seeks to rewrite the spell of frost?" "We do," Brax said firmly. "Then prove your worth," the voice boomed. The icy runes exploded into a blizzard, and the trio was swept into a swirling vortex of light and snow. Brax could feel the cold biting at his skin, the weight of the staff's magic pressing down on him. "Hold on!" Tibbledunk shouted, his hands glowing as he conjured a protective barrier. Sprig, ever resourceful, darted into the chaos, her small form weaving through the storm as she shouted, "Don't worry, I've got this!" Chapter 8: The Trials of Frost. The icy vortex spat the trio out into a landscape unlike anything they'd seen before. The ground sparkled like powdered diamonds, the air hummed with latent energy, and the horizon seemed to fold in on itself as if the world couldn't decide where it wanted to end. "Well," Tibbledunk said, brushing frost off his robe, "this is unsettling. I didn't think dimensions came in spiral." Sprig was already sniffing the air. Her fur puffed up from the cold. "Smells like danger and peppermint, is that weird?" Before Brax could reply, the deep, resonant voice from earlier returned, echoing all around them. "To reforge the spell, you must pass the trials of frost, prove your worth, or be consumed." "Trials? Plural?" Tibbledunk said with a groan. "I'm starting to think this staff isn't worth it." "Shush!" Brax hissed, his hammer gripped tightly. "We've got no choice. What's the first trial?" As if in answer, the icy ground beneath their feet shifted, and a crystalline archway rose before them, its surface shimmering with runes that seemed to whisper in a language Brax couldn't quite understand. "First trial," Sprig said, reading the glowing runes. "The trial of truth." That doesn't sound ominous at all. The group stepped through the archway and found themselves in what appeared to be the castle courtyard. Except it wasn't quite right. The angles were sharper, the shadows longer, and the whole place had a dreamlike quality. "Wait," Brax said, squinting. "Is that me?" Standing in the center of the courtyard was a perfect replica of Brax, hammer in hand and a scowl that could curdle milk. The doppelganger pointed its hammer at him. "You're not fit to save anyone," it said, its voice dripping with disdain. "Ah," Tibbledunk said, sidling closer to Sprig. "A classic case of confront your inner doubts. I give him, maybe a 50% chance of winning." "Thanks for the vote of confidence," Brax muttered, stepping forward. The trial of truth. Brax faced his double, feeling an uncharacteristic flicker of uncertainty. "You're just a figment," he said, gripping his hammer tightly. "You don't scare me." The double smirked. "Oh, really? Then why haven't you told them the truth?" "The truth about what?" Brax demanded, his voice echoing in the icy air. "You don't think you're a hero. You're just a blacksmith, a cog in the machine, always following orders, never leading. Do you really think you're enough to save the kingdom?" "That's not true," Brax snapped. "Isn't it?" the double said, stepping closer. "When was the last time you believed in yourself? When was the last time you forged something great?" Brax hesitated. He'd spent years crafting weapons for knights, horseshoes for stable masters, and tools for farmers, but he'd never created something truly remarkable, something that made him proud. "I don't have to be perfect," Brax said finally, his voice steady. "I just have to try. That's what makes me a hero, not being fearless, but fighting despite my fears." The double faltered, cracks appearing in its icy form. With a roar, Brax swung his hammer, shattering the doppelganger into a flurry of snowflakes. "Nice work," Sprig said, hopping onto his shoulder as the courtyard dissolved around them. But don't think I didn't notice the whole self-doubt thing. We'll talk about that later. Chapter 9. The Trial of Loyalty. The second trial was waiting for them beyond another crystalline archway. This one opened into a dense forest of ice, the trees glistening with a faint inner light. Another trial, Tibbledunk muttered, adjusting his robe. Why do I feel like this one's aimed at me? The voice boomed again. The trial of loyalty. Choose wisely or be lost. Great, Sprig said, rolling her eyes. Sounds like another test of character. I hate those. As they walked deeper into the forest, the path split into two. At the fork, a figure appeared, a cloaked figure with a staff remarkably similar to Chillwinter's. You must choose, the figure said, its voice low and gravelly. One path leads to the heart of the Frostwood, the other leads to treasure beyond imagining. But beware, if you choose wrong, you will never leave this forest. Tibbledunk's eyes lit up. Treasure, you say? Like gold and jewels, rare magical artifacts, maybe a nice enchanted robe that doesn't itch. Tibbledunk, Brax said, grabbing his arm. Focus. We don't need treasure. We need the heart of the Frostwood. But what if the treasure is a trap? Sprig added, narrowing her eyes at the figure. And what if this whole thing is a test to see if we'll betray each other? Very astute, the figure said with a nod. The true trial is not the choice, but your loyalty to one another. Tibbledunk sighed, his shoulders slumping. Fine, no treasure, but if we're wrong, I'm blaming Sprig. Blame away, Sprig said, darting ahead. Let's take the left path. It smells less suspicious. Chapter 10. The Final Trial. Emerging from the icy forest, the trio found themselves in a vast, open plain of snow, the heart of the Frostwood glowing faintly in the distance. But between them and their goal stood one final obstacle, a massive, ice-covered beast with glowing blue eyes. Oh, come on, Tibbledunk said, throwing his hands in the air. A boss battle? Really? Looks like we're not getting through without a fight, Brax said, tightening his grip on his hammer. Good, Sprig said, cracking her tiny knuckles. I was getting bored. The beast let out a roar that sent a shockwave of frost rippling across the ground. Brax charged, his hammer glowing faintly with the magic of the staff. Tibbledunk hurled fireballs that fizzled against the beast's icy hide, while Sprig darted around, looking for a weak spot. As the battle raged, the heart of the Frostwood pulsed brighter and brighter, its magic resonating with the staff. We need to end this, Brax shouted. Working on it, Tibbledunk yelled, flipping through his spellbook mid-battle. Sprig climbed onto the beast's back, using her sharp claws to carve runes into its icy armor. I think I found something, she shouted. Hit it here. Brax swung his hammer with all his strength, the impact sending a wave of heat and light through the beast. It let out one final roar before collapsing into a pile of snow and ice. As the trio approached the heart of the Frostwood, the voice returned. You have proven your worth. The spell shall be reforged. Chapter 11. The Spell Reforged. The heart of the Frostwood shimmered in its crystalline brilliance, radiating warmth that felt entirely out of place in the frozen wasteland. The trio stood before it, breathless and battered, their reflections dancing in the polished surface of the artifact. Brax stepped forward, gripping the staff of Chillwinter tightly. All right, heart of the Frostwood, he muttered. Time to set things right. The voice echoed again, softer now, as if the heart itself was speaking directly to them. To reforge the spell, you must offer a piece of yourself. Only true sacrifice can restore the balance. Oh, come on, Tibbledunk groaned. Haven't we sacrificed enough? My dignity, my comfort, not to mention my favorite spellbook got singed. Sprig hopped onto a nearby icy boulder, narrowing her eyes at the heart. A piece of yourself, huh? What does that mean? Like a literal piece? Because I like all my pieces where they are. Brax ignored them, focusing on the staff. He thought of the forge back home, of the blistering heat, the smell of iron and soot, the rhythm of hammer on anvil. His work was his life, his identity. And yet... "I know what it means," Brax said quietly, turning to his companions. "The staff is powerful, but it's incomplete. It needs my fire, my craft to truly wield its magic. I have to give it up." "Wait, give what up?" Sprig asked, tilting her head. "Your hammer? Your forge?" Brax nodded. "If it means saving the kingdom, I'll do it." Tibbledunk opened his mouth to protest, but stopped. For once, the mage seemed at a loss for words. Brax raised the staff high, the glow of the heart intensifying as it resonated with his resolve. A wave of heat surged from his core, flowing into the staff, which began to transform. Ice and fire swirled together, reshaping the gnarled wood into a gleaming, polished artifact, part hammer, part staff, and all power. As the transformation completed, the heart pulsed once, twice, and then exploded in a blinding wave of light. Chapter 12. A Kingdom Unfrozen. When Brax opened his eyes, he was standing in the castle courtyard. The familiar clang of a blacksmith's hammer echoed in the distance, the smell of baked bread wafted from the kitchens, and the warm, golden glow of the sun kissed the stone walls. "It worked," he breathed, looking around. The frozen figures of knights, nobles, and commoners alike were now moving, their icy prisons melted away. Children laughed, servants bustled, and even the grouchy stablemaster was shouting at a particularly stubborn horse. "We're back!" Tibbledunk shouted, spinning in circles. "We're not frozen! And more importantly, I'm not dead!" Sprig darted past him, already scaling the nearest tower to get a better view. "The whole kingdom's waking up. It's like spring came all at once." The staff in Brax's hand felt warm, almost alive. He glanced down at it, a pang of sadness washing over him. The forge. "Ah, don't get all sentimental," Tibbledunk said, clapping him on the back. "We'll build you a new one. Besides, you're not just a blacksmith anymore. You're a hero. Heroes get perks, like statues and free ale." Sprig leaped down from the tower, landing nimbly beside them. "And you've still got us. We're not going anywhere." Brax smiled, the weight of the staff in his hand feeling lighter somehow. "Thanks, you two. Couldn't have done it without you." Epilogue. A new chapter. Life in the kingdom slowly returned to normal, or as normal as it could be, with Brax, Tibbledunk, and Sprig around. The castle threw a grand feast in Brax's honour, complete with roasted boar, overflowing goblets of wine, and a minstrel who insisted on composing a ballad about the hammer and the hot tub. Tibbledunk was very insistent about that title. The staff of Chillwinter was enshrined in the castle's great hall, a symbol of unity and resilience. But Brax found himself missing the quiet rhythm of his forge. One day, as he wandered through the village, he noticed a group of children playing with wooden swords. Their laughter reminded him of why he'd taken up the hammer in the first place. Not for glory, but to create. And so, with a little help from his friends, and a lot of questionable design ideas from Tibbledunk, Brax built a new forge. This one wasn't just for weapons. It was for crafting tools, toys, and anything else the kingdom might need. As for Sprig, she became the unofficial guardian of the castle grounds, keeping watch for any new threats and stealing pastries from the kitchens. And Tibbledunk, well, he was reinstated as the royal mage. Temporarily. The king figured having a chaotic wizard on hand might be useful. As the sun set over the castle, Brax stood outside his forge, hammer in hand. The kingdom was safe, the forge was warm, and for the first time in a long while, he felt truly at peace. "Ready for the next adventure?" Sprig asked, hopping onto his shoulder. Brax chuckled, "Always." And with that, the unlikely trio set off into the evening, ready to face whatever came next, together.